Alright, so we're back on the baby bullet here. The next part that we're going to do, and it's actually pretty interesting, this next bit, there's the drawing for it, is this guy right here. And so just kind of imagine that this jaw, the moving jaw, is not mounted, and we're going to turn this, the cylindrical part here. Okay, so we got a turn diameter, then it goes into this curvature, and then another little diameter there, and then a hole, and then a counterbore and some other stuff there. So that's kind of what we're doing there, just imagine that. And that's what this drawing represents, is the cylindrical part without the jaw on it. So the cool part about this is how we're going to do this this radius here. Okay, we got a kind of a new thing to show you guys, which should be pretty interesting. So let's cruise over to the lathe and let's get going here. We'll do the rough turning, and then we'll set up to do this this curvature, which should be pretty exciting. All right, so we got a piece of 1018 coal rolled here, and get that up in the vise, or up in the chuck, and we need to leave a little more than 4.5 sticking out, something like that. All right. We're going to turn the small diameter, and then we'll turn close to the diameter that the that spherical part is on. All right, let's indicate that in. Get it kind of close. Let's see how that looks. Yeah, see, it's the light in here is just so hard to film with. You know, and get the indicator dial in there, right? It's just too much light coming in this place. Let's snug these down. Alright, what do we got there? That's pretty close. Close enough. All right. Okay, so select a tool. Let's use Adam's favorite here, which is a CNMG here. Oops. CN. And then our first turn diameter is 3" 085. Just going to put a little witness mark there so we can see it. Alright, and then let's get a diameter going and see what there it goes. See, you notice that as the chip thickened, the chip breaker started working. just so we can, okay, 1" 904. 1.904. Alright, so now we got a tool calibrated. We can chip away at that a little bit and get a little closer to our diameter. Alright, getting ready to drill this thing. Check this out. There's the chips. The pile of chips down there, I would say, is kind of warm. Alright, so we're going to do some drilling. Somebody asked me the other day about oil versus water soluble, and this stuff, the water soluble is more effective at cooling than oily oil, and oily oil is slipperier than the water soluble. So depending on what you're doing, sometimes you want those different qualities. So in this case, we're going to be deep drilling. We want to keep the drill cool, so I'm going to use cooling lubricant. And but if we were tapping that, we want to reduce friction as much as possible, so we would use oily oil. So does that make sense? Hopefully. All right, let's do some drilling. All the steam, we're going to keep that drill kind of cooled off. this full depth drilling. All right, so we got this rough turn here. This is pretty close. That's pretty close. We got our 1/2 inch hole down into here, so we're all the way through the whole part with that. And oh, actually, can you see that? No, you can't quite see that. I put a little mark on the drill, so we're going to drill in up to this mark that's just off camera here, which you'll see in a sec. So let's just get going there. See the mark here? It's a silver mark. We're just going to go into there. That's it. Alright, and we'll do our finished turning. Alright. A little warm. Alright, I'm going right to the side. Didn't leave quite enough on the last pass. Oh, it's still smooth. On this diameter. if you don't leave quite, with an insert with a big rate or with a good sized radius on it, okay, we're one under. It's okay. That's about what we want. All right. With an insert, you need to be a little deeper than the nose radius to get it to perform properly. So that last cut, I should have left a little bit more for a finish pass, but that's okay. This will be fine. We'll do a little polish on that. And then I'm going to part this off. All right, a little parting action. Alright, geez, look at that. I think I could have drilled that a little deeper. What do you think? Alright guys, this next one is, this is the interesting part here. So I didn't show indicating this in. I just flipped this around, so we're going to be working on this boss end here. And what we're doing is we're going to produce this curve here, alright? So how the heck are we going to do that? Well, we're going to do, it's basically going to be like a tracer, all right? And what I've done, and that's probably getting blown out there, but I made a full-scale template of half of this curve here, okay? And there's that curve, okay? And what we're going to do is we're going to use the lathe and we're going to follow this template to produce this curve, okay? So we're going to machine that curve directly by following this template, okay? Like I said, this template was just taken, it's a full-scale cross-section of the, off of the drawing, or off the model. And anyway, so I glued the template to a piece of 1/8 inch, 3mm material here, okay? And then what we're going to do is we're going to make sure I got to go in the right way. Mount this template to this support here, okay? And I'll go through this in greater detail. I'm just giving you kind of the rundown here, all right? So let's just put it on there. That way I don't have to worry about it falling down. So we're going to clamp that little monkey on there with a little scoochum there. Okay, and position that. I'm just positioning this approximately here. Okay, and then what we're going to do, here's the cool part, is we're gonna follow it with an indicator. Okay, in fact, I can see that I'm kind of in the wrong place already. So I'm going to lock this indicator in. I'm going to back up a little bit. So something like that. Okay, so that's kind of the rough setup. So what's going to happen is this indicator is going to track along this template, and when I power feed the z-axis, I'm going to manually operate the x-axis and keep this needle in some zone here as it follows the template. So as this follows the template, the carriage will move and trace that template and trace that shape in that boss there. I think, I'm going to shoot straight down. I think I'm going to try shooting straight down because that'll make the best shot here for your viewing pleasure. So let me get this all set up, and then I'll get it all, it takes a few minutes to kind of get it all dialed in and get everything kind of in the right place. This is in the right place, got my tool ready. and then I'll talk about some of the other points of what we have to do here while we're doing this. Okay, so let me get cracking here. Let me get it all set up, and then we'll come back in a second and take a look at that setup. Okay, so what I've done here is I've turned a little diameter there, and what that does is that corresponds to this little straight section here, right? And what that does is that gives me kind of a definitive corner there to work off of. And so now I've got the template lined up here, and I just put a level across here to level the template. And then what I'm going to do is, oops, my stupid clamps moving around there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to move the tailstock in and out until I find that same little intersection where we transition from straight to curve here, okay? That's what I'm looking for. So I've left about 10 thousandths on that diameter so that I can take a continuous pass, you know, as my finish pass, okay? But, so what I'm gonna do, yeah, I'll just do it, duh. So, actually, let me zero this here. I'm using the indicator base to zero that, okay? And yeah, you can just see the needle there, all right? So now I'm backing it. Okay, so it's starting to change, right? There it is. I'll just do it. I'll exaggerate it. So it's starting to change, right? So right when I see it start to change, I'm going to lock this tailstock. So that's kind of my starting position there. Okay, and okay. So now you'll probably have noticed that the compound slide is parallel with the x-axis. So this is what we're going to use to what am I saying here? This is what we're going to use to adjust our diameter. So we're going to use the compound slide to tweak the diameter. Okay, hope that makes sense. Okay, so just a point to note that this is on the cross slide and not on the compound rest. So I'm going to back the tool off now. The tool's coming out, but the indicator's not moving here, okay? And this is just tracing the carriage movement, okay? And it's just going to follow the template, and then I'm going to make my diameter adjustments, my depths of cut with the cross slide. Hopefully that makes sense. So let's do a little dry run, and you guys can kind of see the process there. So I'm going to back up here. All right, and so what you want to watch here, maybe I can shield this a little bit better here, but what you want to watch is you want to watch this indicator here, okay? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to be manipulating the cross slide to keep that on 0. So let's go ahead and fire up. I got a slow feed rate going, okay? So feed's engaged. All right, now I'm watching that indicator. All right, the indicator's starting to climb, so I'm backing out. And you can see it's not too hard to keep near 0. You have to anticipate a little bit. Okay, so not much change going on now. Now I'm going to have to start going the other way. It's dropping down. Kind of hard to do while you're talking, but that's okay, we're not cutting. So now I'm sliding down that template, and you see I'm getting near the end on the part there. Well, come on, pay attention there. Okay, so now I'm just going to come out. All right, and then we go back to our starting position. All right, and I come back to 0, and then I'll advance the compound in for more depth of cut. So hopefully that all makes sense. So I want to see, I'm going to play around with the shot a little bit and see if I can get a really good focus view, and you can see the indicator and all that. So give me a second. All right, that looks pretty good. So I don't know. Let's. So there's a fair amount that come off of this backside initially. So it's going to dig in a little bit. So let's go ahead and let's take care of that. Let's do a couple passes there. I'm just cutting air now, so yeah, you know what? Let's get a little closer down here. All right, so I'm going to wind that in a little bit. Should be cutting here. Back up. Let's start again. I'm going to crank it in a little more. Okay, let's go for it here now. Give you guys something to look at least, huh? So I'm in air right now, so I don't have to pay attention too much. Okay, I'm starting to go in. Alright, and come back out. And you rinse and repeat. So let's do another one. Come back to the start. Zero my indicator, advance my compound slide, my depth of cut, like that. All right, go for it. So we go. Let's do one more. Okay, advance my depth of cut. Okay, and we're pretty good. I'm finished. So I'm going to take a little break. I have to concentrate pretty hard to do that. But you see we don't have a lot left there, and we're getting the general shape. Pretty cool, huh? All right, you guys ready for some more? Let's finish this up. Put a little oily oil on there. Go back to my start. Zero out. Okay. those up next to each other, but I think you're getting the idea there, right? Not bad, huh? That works pretty good. I haven't played with this that much, but it's certainly a valid technique. So as you can see, this diameter still hasn't quite cleaned up yet, and I'm on size right here at the tip. So those are deficiencies in the template. You know, it's a hand-filed template, so you got to take what you can get. And for what we're doing, it's not going to make any difference. So that's just, you know, something gets welded on there. This needs to look good, right? Like that. So.